Hi everybody, I'm Howard Lionheart, proudly serving as Executive Chairman and CEO, co-CEO of Lionheart Health Incorporated and Lionheart Longevity and Wellness Clinics. I'm here in New York in front of the New York Public Library and the famous lion statue out front, very befitting for Lionheart. Today at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we're holding our first all-hands investigators meeting for the Lionheart Klotho-Up protocol. This is an IRB approved research study intended to extend healthspan and longevity 20 years. It's part of the XPRIZE Healthspan competition. We entered a couple years ago along with 600 other entries. Last spring, we made it to the final 40 as a top 40 semifinalist. On April 22nd, we applied to make it to the final 10 as a final 10 finalist. We won't know until mid-July to the August time frame whether we made it to the final 10 or not, but we're going forward with the study anyhow. And the study includes healthy meals delivered by metabolic meals or tempo, 70% of the time to the person's home, 4 different supplements including Rejuvent, a CA-AKG supplement which has been shown in independent studies to biologically reverse age 8 years, at least by certain biomarkers. It also includes the Klotho-Max supplement developed by Dr. Joseph Cleaver, the SNP Nutrigenomics out of Orange County, California, where we take a saliva sample and they design customized supplements based on the person's individual body needs. And then we have the Heart Effect supplement, which is an ApoB reduction supplement produced by Live Long Prosper in San Diego. And that product is called Heart Effect. The main mandatory core of the study is for everybody to take our patented FDA-cleared BODSTIM EMS suit home. It's FDA cleared for augmenting the benefits of exercise in healthy people and building more muscle more quickly. We're trying to prove that it can be effective in elevating Klotho levels. Our study is called the Klotho-Up study. And if you're low in Klotho, you are aging more rapidly than you should. There's 4,400 papers published on Klotho since 1997. And the clear conclusion of this body of work is that if you're low in Klotho, circulating Klotho, and Klotho, by the way, is produced in a nodule within your kidneys, in your muscles, and somewhere in your brain, spine column, but mostly in your kidney, secondarily in muscles. You can elevate it through exercise, but regular exercise only elevates at about 3 to 12%. We're reaching much higher levels with our BODSTIM suit, especially if it's used consistently over the course of the year. In the study, the people that join the study will have to exercise with the BODSTIM suit twice a week. They can choose 3 times a week. In that 1-hour cycle, it's 5 minutes of stretching, 20 minutes of contraction-based exercise, and then the final 35 minutes is both our Klotho signaling and our follistatin signaling. During that time, you can either do light exercise or do whatever you want. Work on a computer, cook in the kitchen, or be on your phone, watch TV, whatever you want to do. That's the mandatory core. The mandatory core measurements are based on muscle health, immune health, and brain health. And in muscle health, we'll look at grip strength, 6-minute walk, muscle mass, leg power. And in brain health, we'll have a standardized cognition testing, memory testing, and mood/depression, anxiety testing. And then in immunity health, we have a variety of different biomarkers, including the Biome Gut Intelligence test that will be done on each patient. Each patient will get 2 baseline tests. They will get tests at 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. And our goal is to show about 25% or better improvement across all those factors. Prior to entering this study, in the first phase, we gathered data on about 1,000 patients using our patented bioelectric stimulation technology. And we basically proved in that about 25% improvement of muscle strength, about 25% improvement in cognition and memory, substantial reduction of episodes of depression and anxiety, and we showed improvements by biomarkers in gut health. The study does allow for optional therapies, particularly the IRB is approved with specific conditions, bioelectrically enhanced peptides. The IRB approval was very clear that it has to be registered compounding pharmacies in the U.S., not outside of the U.S., and that the peptides used in the study have to have a regulatory cleared pathway, either be approved or if available for research use, in the patient consent process, which has to be a separate patient consent from our normal heart mandatory protocol. The patient has to understand that they're getting research peptides, participating in the study, and understand all the risks associated with that. And then outside of the U.S., we have different options available that are not included in the U.S. IRB approval at this time. And they will require separate IRB approval, separate patient consent. And that includes access to umbilical cord cells, Klotho expressing stem cells, even gene therapy, exosomes, secretomes. This will be a sidearm of the study, not in the heart of the main body of the study, but we will gather data on patients that want to take those options, and that will be a separate patient consent. But today is our investigators meeting. Today we're just going to go over with the investigators the protocol, answer any questions they have, talk about cost and reimbursement. In short, the patients pay for some of the basic blood tests. We start off with a 460 biomarker test with Generation Lab. It's called the System Age test. We also start with a Klotho test that we work with our subsidiary Klotho Years that is in partnership with Ginfinity, and we get a baseline of 461 biomarkers that way. We do optionally offer AI-enhanced MRI. We're in partnership with Corviva. This is a really high-resolution MRI, and we offer a variety of other tests as well, including VO2 max. Now, there are certain tests that are mandatory and there's certain tests that are optional, certain therapies that are mandatory, and certain therapies which are optional. But we'll create a database and we'll look at whether the optional tests and the optional measures included anything that would be of interest to potential patients in the future and regulatory authorities. Well, thanks for joining us on this journey. If you're interested to join the Klotho-Up protocol, visit lionheartlongevity.com. The first step is we send you a basic survey to ask you a few non-HIPAA related questions, non-HIPAA compliance related questions. We don't ask for private information about your medical conditions at that time. And then after that, we schedule a consultation with one of our patient advocates or one of our trusted clinician network physicians. We establish whether you'd be a good fit for the trial. If you are, then we send you a HIPAA compliant confidential form that gets all of your medical history, and then we start the process. We get you into one of the licensed clinics that are trained to participate in the study, and we start the baseline testing, which would mean you have to complete a grip strength test, a 6-minute walk test, a leg power test, a cognitive function test, a memory test, a bunch of other tests. The XPRIZE did ask us to do the baseline test twice because in some of the tests like cognition testing and memory testing, it's a little bit of a learning curve with the software to get it down right. So we're going to average the two baseline tests to create a baseline. And then what we want to see is at the end of 1 year, at least 25% improvement in muscle strength, immunity strength, and brain health. Thanks everybody. Again, visit lionheartlongevity.com. Just click on the Klotho Wellness Program. That'll put you in the system to get the survey, and then the next step after that is a Zoom call with either one of our patient advocates or one of our trusted clinician network physicians. Thank you very much for listening. Thanks for being on this journey. Howard Lionheart, Executive Chairman and Co-CEO of Lionheart Health. Thank you.